Hey, what is going on? It's your girl, Miss Straight Talk, no sugar added, none added at all. And y'all, I'm just coming to you because, whenever it gets close to the holidays, well, we're already in the holidays, I always like to put these little nuggets out there for folks. Just know this. You don't have to put up with anybody's toxic behavior. You don't have to put up with anybody's toxic attitude. You don't have to put up with anybody's toxic energy, no matter who they are. Because if it weighs on you and it makes you feel some kind of way and you don't want to be in that space, they're making you uncomfortable, or their behavior or their attitude or energy is making you uncomfortable, you don't have to be in that space. You always have to protect your peace. I am a firm believer, protect your peace. So I just want to say this, the whole premise or the purpose of this video is complainers are exhausting. I can't tell you how often I don't even have the pleasure of talking to people that always have a complaint about something that is going on. I did a video some time ago that was talking about gratitude. And let me just explain something. If you are not being grateful, you are not aligning yourself to receive blessings. You are not aligning yourself to receive favor. You are not aligning yourself to be in the space that you desire to be. Because if you're complaining and you're not showing gratitude or humility for where you are, and let me just say this, because some people have had some tough things happen to them in their lives. They've been through a lot and have had people to be there to support them and, do whatever needed to be done. And then have you ever noticed that once that's all done, people forget about what has happened and who has been there for them? And not saying that you have to kind of pay them back, but you know how you pay people back? With being humble and being grateful and being appreciative, like genuinely, like just saying thank you may not just be enough, or it isn't enough. Like, you have to show through your actions, your words, and your deeds that, you know what? I was in this space and somebody really kind of got me through. I was talking to a coworker today about this very thing, and I was being very transparent with her about something in my life. And I said, look, God touches people to work in our lives and on our behalf. And if we're not in a direct and correct alignment with him, he will hold those people. You know how back in the day you used to pretend like you were holding somebody back from a fight? God will say, no, not now. We're going to wait, because they need a little more humility. They need a little more gratitude. And you know what happens in that waiting period? That's when people get frustrated and they think that God is not listening. No, you're the one that's not listening. They think God is not there. No, you're the one that's not there. They think that God has forsaken. Nope, you're the one that has forsaken. So this is like a two-part kind of video. One, you don't have to deal with toxic people. And if those toxic people are complaining and they're ungrateful and they're unappreciative, then you just have to kind of put some distance between you and that person, or you and those people. But to speak to the point of being humble and being grateful, sometimes I did a video some time ago about self-reflection. Sometimes we need to take a self-reflection and say, hey, look, where was I at this time last year? Where was I at this time 5 years ago? Where was I at this time 10 years ago? And how did I get through that? Who was there for me? Those are the kind of things we need to think of. And that should prevent you from always complaining about where you are and what you have. I swear, I ain't even about to go into this piece. I'm just going to leave that alone. Y'all just going to have to try to guess what I'm talking about. But so I just want to leave you with that. Be grateful. I can't express that enough. Gratitude is so important. Humility, and not false humility. Not false humility is when you say you being humble. No, you're not, because that's false right there. So stop the man and stop the lying. But be grateful and do self-reflection. That is so important, that you look back and say, you know what? I've stopped saying my life could be worse, or I could be homeless, or I could be this, or I could be that. You know what I started saying? Life could be very different. And it could be. So before you let something roll out of your mouth that resembles being unappreciative and ungrateful, say, life could be a lot different right now. What that different looks like for you, I don't know, but it could be different. So I want you to take that, hold that close to the vest, do some self-evaluation. And if you haven't done so, pick up the phone, make a phone call, write a card, send a note to the people that you know that have held you down and held you back, and not held you back, but held your back, kept you from falling. Let them know just how much you really appreciate it and how different your life could be had they not stepped in. That's the part you need to think of. But hey, it's your girl, Miss Straight Talk, no sugar added, none added at all. And I encourage you to comment and share. Wait a minute, let me say this about commenting, because every time I do some kind of video like this, somebody always wants to come in here and try to do like a little mini preach-a-thon. It's my page, it's my opinion. And if you're not adding value, then don't add anything at all. Now, there's another Straight Talk note. Bye, y'all. And subscribe to the YouTube channel at Miss Straight Talk. Take care. Bye-bye.